Hello everyone! Today I present my new magnum opus, Starscream. Starscream is a hyper-optimized seesaw railjet with 5 seesaws on the front. Starscream can travel at 90 meters per second and can drift around corners. The seesaws also increase handling while having good durability. This makes Starscream the fastest and best handling scramjet that I've made yet. We're way faster than dragons now. You can even let go of the control stick and let it autopilot for a bit. During sharp turns, Link experiences 4 Gs of acceleration. Flying at these speeds with this handling is a whole new way to look at the map. Flying Starscream is incredibly fun. Can Starscream be customized? I added a bunch more seesaws to see if it was any faster, and the cap is just 90 meters per second, so not really. Although the handling was a little better, you couldn't really dive though. Another thing I wanted to check out was weapons on it, but I don't know, maybe too front loaded, it couldn't really gain elevation, so I kept crashing into the ground. I'll try a second time here though. We can like get off the ground, but then we fall back down right away. I'm pulling all the way back right now. Crash incoming. Nice. Ooh, double nice. And then I tried to add bright blooms to it, but you can't fly this in the depths. The ceiling's way too low. And I guess there's just roots everywhere. If we look up close at Starscream here, we can see the rear is Lightning Larry Luciano, with 5 stacked seesaws on the front from the Ratsumamu Shrine. There are 2 glitched control sticks here. The front one is an SDC remote stick, and the rear one is an ultra broken stick. I'm going to go show you how to set these up now. We're going to go here to the Tajikat Shrine. This first method, you won't be able to save after doing the method because it requires talking to 2 NPCs to perform the ultra broken glitch. At the end of the video, I'll show a method which requires a technique called zuggling, which allows you to transport the ultra broken stick through saves. In this first method though, we're not going to be hard saving after talking to those NPCs. First we'll begin with the SDC stick glitch. This is only on patches 1.1.2 and earlier because we need to fuse entangle the control stick like this. Also, Ultra Broken was patched after this. Activate the hoverstone and shock emitter. Stand on the control stick, let go of the fuse entangle shield at the same time as you grab it. You'll clip through, grab your shield, and teleport back to the Tajikat Shrine. The remote stick will remain, but the other parts will despawn. The shock emitter prevents Link from clipping through the floor, otherwise he'll fall down to the depths. Once we are back, we see that the remote stick is there. So next we're going to do the ultra broken glitch. You need to pull out a control stick and a cart. Get on the control stick. You'll see that the remote stick is working. Now we can use our abilities. Turn the cart upside down. Put the control stick over here. Cart on top, and then go stand on the cart. Once they're done being afraid, we'll talk to them and exhaust their dialogue. just spam B. Once they're done, the ultra broken glitch will be completed. And we can attach something flat, like a dragon scale, to them to make them easy to grab. You can't grab an ultra broken stick with ultra hand. You have to grab something attached to it. Now we will build Starscream. Stake it into the ground and remove the default control stick that's on there. First, I'm going to grab the remote stick and put it in place. I won't attach it yet. The remote stick, when attached to the build, will always turn it on. So that will just start using the battery right away when I'm not ready. So first, I'm going to attach the ultra broken stick. Center it over the middle and then push it until it's touching the star fragment. Let it drop down and then grab the fan to attach it. Remove the dragon scale. Get on all of the Zonite armor. I'll get the Zonite charges ready for when the battery runs out, and then I'm going to put on a 30-minute timer. Build is on. We need to detach the front fan and then detach the stake. Now we're ready. Time to take off. Let's go through Dueling Peaks right away. And then I'm going to make my way over to the edge of the map. My goal right now is to circumnavigate Hyrule in about 6 minutes. God, it looks so good to go past those walls really fast. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Alright, we're about a minute later. I'm going to go past the Sky Island, and that's going to mark the starting point right now. We started at 28:08. And I'm using the stealth timer that I ate at the beginning of the flight. My goal here is going to be to stay right around 1,000 meters in elevation. That way I'm mostly going in a straight line. I think I should explain how the glitched sticks work. So the remote stick is self-explanatory. That's the one on the front. It controls Starscream while Link is steering. The ultra broken stick doesn't work at all. Link can grab it and he doesn't get ejected from it, but it also doesn't steer the build. So that is why the remote stick glitch is also necessary. Time for our first left turn. Now we're going to aim for that labyrinth over there. We're about a quarter of the way through the run. And we're about a minute and a half in. Just exiting the Elden region. About to hit the Hebra region. Every time that zero gravity hits, or the light gravity hits, I try to press forward, because otherwise you just gain a bunch of elevation. Sky Islands, we'll take a sharp left. Unfortunately, this western side of Hyrule isn't a straight line like the east side is. You kind of have to bend towards the east and then west. Well, we are about halfway through the flight, and we're 3 minutes in. Gonna need to eat a large zonite charge here soon. There we go. We'll curve over here to the side of the desert and head over to the Lightning Temple. Alright, here we go. It's a good turn. I'm getting more the hang of it. I'm not overturning now. Kind of amazing to think this is just from 2 fans, and mostly 1 fan. We're heading over to that King Gliok over in the distance, that island in the corner. Okay, we're gonna pass the Thunder Islands. Kind of weird lighting they did right as I looked at it. The rain's caught up with us. That was like 10 seconds delayed. Alright, we're approaching the last corner. Not even close. Alright, we make our way to that Sky Island from the beginning. Will we get there in 10 seconds? I think it's gonna be slightly over 6 minutes. Got a 6:12. That's awesome. Swallowtail, my last scramjet, took 6:45 to go around, so this is a significant improvement. Perhaps because of the better turning. I tried this circuit about 10 times with the Starscream, and I wasn't really able to go below 6:12. I think if I took a slightly shorter path, I'd be able to go sub 6, but since I'm going about 90 meters per second, this is about the fastest you can go around the perimeter of Hyrule. Here's the starting frame, the end frame, and the coordinates for the start and end, and we got very close. If we check out the hero's path, we can see the path that I took, which is that perimeter border around the whole map. You can see that we nicely hugged the very outer features. Now that we've completed the circuit, let's take Starscream on a joyride. I mean, look how fast we're going. 90 meters per second is twice as fast, a little bit more than twice as fast as vehicles can normally go in the game. Look how beautiful this game is. The map is transitioning a lot between the sky and the ground, making it do weird things. Made it over to Lake Hylia quickly. Let's do a 180 turn. Such a short turning radius. I figured out that I can do donuts around Death Mountain, and that's about the radius size. If we pull back to go straight up, let's see how fast we can ascend. Should be 90 meters per second. It's looking pretty dang fast. Alright, there's the Great Sky Island. Let's go over there. Looks like there's a nice spot for me to thread the needle, so let's try and get between the Sky Islands. Gotta dive a bit. I think it's gonna be close. Need to dive as much as I can. Oh, it's gonna be a close one. Oh, yeah, let's go. That was awesome. Alright, next I'm going to turn towards the middle of the map and test out the autopilot. In autopilot, it stays pretty level, which actually gains a lot of elevation, so I wanted to dive a little bit first before letting it go. Need a quick zonite charge. Dive a little bit more and then we'll be ready. And there we go. The build stays on because of the STC remote glitched stick. Keeps the build on all the time even when you get on and off of the control stick. Walking around with Link's weight actually causes the whole thing to tip in certain directions, so I guess there's a little bit of wing behavior. It's just weight distributions. Let's do a quick turnaround so we're facing across the map again, and next I want to see how quickly it will dive if I'm pointing straight down. What's at least nice about these seesaws is that they'll clip through terrain if you accidentally bump into a mountain or something. Alright, we're pushing straight forward, targeted for Death Mountain. And if we look at the Z coordinate on the minimap, we can see that it is going down pretty quickly, although our horizontal speed is still much greater than our vertical speed. If I can get a sideways shot of the star fragment, yep. So we can see that we do have a downward trajectory, but it is mostly horizontal. So there's, I guess, one downside to the build. It's not being able to go down very well. Oh, look who has popped through the clouds. Hi, Zelda. We're so fast. Can you believe a Switch is processing all of this? I was looking into it because I was curious. A Switch is a quad-core processor, but its processor is a low-power type of processor, and it has a clock speed of about 1 gigahertz. I looked back in time, and Samsung tablets were at about 1 gigahertz in like 2010. I know the clock speed isn't the only thing to compare, but this is one benchmark. Switch has 4 gigabytes of memory, so in that way it's able to load these areas pretty well. But overall, it's not a very powerful processor, and the fact that it can simulate these physics and create a machine that goes so fast and load the map that well, it's pretty incredible. Let's fly around the Great Sky Island one more time on this Joyride, and then if we're using method 1, we will reload the save from before talking to the NPCs. That way we can do this again in the future. After this, I'm going to show method 2, which will involve zuggling, and in that way you can save. Thanks for coming on this ride with me. This was a lot of fun. For method 2, we're going to involve a glitch called zuggling. So let's start right after making the STC remote stick. I've reloaded the shrine, and it's fallen to the ground here. We'll carry it back over to the stable. Remember, this is a fuse entangled stick, so I'm going to drop it from my inventory without unequipping it. Now I'm going to come over here and set up the ultra broken stick. Remember to get on the stick momentarily. Now we're going to talk to them, exhaust their dialogue just like before. And now we're going to fuse entangle this control stick. Once it's fused entangled, we will zuggle this shield. Stand against a wall, open up your map, interrupt it by the shield menu, drop the active shield and equip another one. Let the menu open, go over to your shields and drop the active one. Now it's zuggled. We'll remove that active fuse entangled shield, pick up the steering stick remote STC shield, and we're going to zuggle that shield now, so we'll have 2 different zuggled shields. Unequip this. And there we go. Now we can reload our save from before we talk to the NPCs. This is the quick save that happened when I got here the first time. So now that we've zuggled those control sticks, we've come back in time and they're still here and the NPCs are still there available to talk to too. So we can still use these control sticks to fly a scramjet, and the NPCs are still around, so we haven't lost them forever. So we can hard save after making the scramjet if we want to. In order to remove these zuggled shields, you just equip it in your menu and then drop it, equip, drop, and do that a few times with a few different shields, and eventually it'll drop. Now that everything is ready, we'll take off, and you'll notice a little difference with this zuggled control stick. Link can move around. He's not stuck on the control stick. It's especially noticeable if we do turns. Look how Link is just floating in the air. I was just told by Ultra Babuin that if you use up a rocket shield just before flying, this effect goes away. But also, I love flying close to the ground like this. It looks awesome. That was a close one. He's floating! As far as I know, the zuggled Ultra Broken Stick and the non-zuggled Ultra Broken Stick behave the same way. It's just that Link is a little slippery in one versus the other one. Otherwise, the build works the same. Oh, it's Zelda! Let's go past her one more time. Well, this was a super fun video. Loved building it, loved flying it, loved making the video. Let me know if you enjoyed it down below. I appreciate you for watching.